Do you get the good news tonight of Damon Severson being able to come back into your lineup?
Yeah, it's good.
What is that going to mean? What did you miss about him and all the time?
Well, he's good on breakouts. His ability to separate himself from the forecheck. He's a veteran player. He brings leadership. He defends well, skating overall, and he's got a lot of poise with the puck. He's making plays under pressure, so you never have too many of those guys.
What does your lineup look like tonight as a result?
Same as last game, but Severson will play.
Out for Severson?
Well, at this point, it's Jake Bean.
At this point, Jake Bean. Who starts? Who's your goalie tonight?
Daniil.
And Mersley comes back up.
Yeah.
From the other night, he played really well, like you said, post game. Merzlikins did. Was part of the decision because of how the game ended, or just part of the rotation that you were going?
Rotation. He was outstanding. He played amazingly well. So we communicate with our players. We took care of what happened, and we're moving forward.
The way you played the last 3 or 4 games, really adding Severson to that mix, does that add a leadership element? Does it add what element does it add that makes it even better?
Yeah, that's tricky. And why it's tricky is sometimes when you add a player like him in the lineup, the human brain will think you're going to trick yourself thinking it's going to be a little bit easier because he's a good player. It's never easier. It never is. It's always hard. And but he brings stability. He brings poise. Like I said, he can play power play, PK 5-on-5 against any line. So he brings options.
In that instance, it's almost on him to maintain that standard, right?
Well, it's his first game.
Say, hey, he's coming in, but it's almost on him.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Keep it simple. When you come back after a certain period of time not playing. But he's a veteran player. You should know that. But we'll see. We'll manage him.
I just want to ask you about Justin Danforth, just his presence on that top line. How important has he been for your team, and how has he performed of late with Johnny and Adam?
Well, he's like a Swiss Army knife, really. He can do anything. Like he can power play, PK, top line, fourth line, low maintenance guy. He competes hard. He understands what he needs to do. He knows who he is. He's an older player. He understands what he's good at, and that's what he brings. He's very consistent. So when you do that, you create trust, not only with the coaches, but with the teammates. So wherever I play him, he makes people around him better. So he can play center, he can play wing. He's good on face-offs. So he's a guy that we'd like to use in different roles. But he's fitting well with Johnny and Mo Fantilli. So that was a good line for us the last 2 games.
A little obscure here, but we were commenting before you came in about how Fantilli seems to be bringing out a little bit of Kent Johnson's personality in the room. Does any of that cross over onto the ice, where you see a player who is able to have another player feel a little more comfortable in the room, and it crosses over onto the ice as well?
Yeah, you can tell. And I would say the personality of our younger guys is something, but I think our older guys are doing a real good job at being inclusive and making them part of it. This morning, Fantilli was late for practice, and I knew what happened. They played a trick on him. So not only they taped his gloves, but they also cut his laces, and there was more than that. So that means that they're including him. You don't play tricks on the guys you don't like. It's always on the guys you like. So it's I think we're getting closer and closer as a team, which is a very good sign.
I know
Anybody else here, or just you two? What's going on?
I know you're going to have some tough decisions coming up with the lineup, and I know Nick Blankenberg might be one of them. How has he performed in your mind? Is that a situation where you might have to go back because you're getting guys back in your lineup?
Yeah, but things change on a daily basis. It might be a decision. We don't have to make something happens tonight, so I just live for today, and we'll move from there. But Nick has been really good for us. Yep.
When you see a team like Toronto coming off giving up 9 goals the other night, what do you expect them to do tonight?
Oh, they're a really good team. I mean, they're offensively they can compete with anyone, and like a 5-goal lead, they can come back. They're so skilled offensively. They have elite players, everybody's going to face one of those games once in a while, whether you're a top team or a lower team. Those things happen in the course of an NHL season. I don't know their players. Like, I don't know them personally. I don't know how they're going to react, but I would think that they're going to come out hard. They didn't like it. They were embarrassed, and that would be human nature. So we need to be ready. As far as we are concerned, what happened to them, it's not of our concern. Our concern is, are we ready to play that game, and we're going to focus on ourselves.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.